rounds up. So I'm satisfied with that. I got confirmation just for that. I just like confirmation. Like I think things, I go into the no place space, and then I'm like, ooh, is this how it is? And then the world gives me confirmation. Yes, that is exactly how it is. Your suspicions have been confirmed. No, I don't want to submit a report. I like that one. Okay, let's see. Let's keep going. Keep going. I'm playing with my little intangible fake friends. Things you can't touch. I posted a little while ago a conversation that I listened to by this guy. This guy, his name is it.Artists. It's a 1978 interview by Hubert Jessup. Evidently, this man died in Flight 191 in Chicago. And he said, the most poignant thing that he said, and I say this too, because like all we are is what we gather when we're in our soul sack. And I never heard this guy before. That's just a really kind of a different way to say what he said. The soul is the repository of information we gather during the life. It's no different. It's exactly the same. There's just so many different ways to get to the same destination. And they say no. You can only do it like this. My whole life, teachers, adults, authority, they would say you can only do it like this, and what they're saying is I can only do it like this, so I can't accept that you are going to do it any different. You get me? You tracking? You know, and I'm here to tell people, no, you don't. Yeah, that might be okay for you, but it's not okay for them. You want to know how sucky the world is? Try and get around like if you were in a wheelchair and you have mobility issues. Just try and go down in your own town, in downtown, wherever you, just try. It's not made for people that are different. This planet is not, they make it so they want everyone to be the same, and that's fine for a while, but then people have different levels and capacities of what they can do, and they want everybody to go the same speed like them. That's just not how it is. I'm learning a lot about manipulation. I have my ancestor on my dad's side. They're Freemasons. They're the colonists. They're the white people. They wrote this book. Isaac Walton wrote this. The Anger, the Complete Angler. And then on my FYP, I get this little tidbit about how this guy's talking about the etymology, the background of words. And he's talking about how angler means to basically manipulate people. It's like another way to cast spells on it. So casting angles on how you can think about it. Yeah, sure, you can think about it like that, but why don't you think about it like this? And that way it only benefits me, and less you. Like I come from a bloodline that has mastered manipulation, and they practiced on me. I was the dummy that my brother would rehearse his ploys on. He could play chess because I was the weird kid that wanted to hang out with my brother, you know, because I wanted to be his buddy, and he just used me to gain knowledge on how to be a better chess player. He couldn't stand me. So this guy, I heard this today. Okay, hold on.
It's sexin, it's sect. It means heart of angel, sex. But the Google will tell you, no, Anglo means angler. It means a fisherman. It means just angel.
Yeah, it's sex with angels.
It's sect. It means heart of angel, sex. But the Google will tell you, no, Anglo means angler. It means a fisherman. It means just angel.
Want to see what I used to look like? This was back in 2017.
Wow.
That's me. I have the colonist nose in this picture. Yeah. That's back when I just got this. This tattoo on this arm isn't even done yet. So yeah, I'm starting to put together this whole ass picture about how they manipulate people. And then I had this I asked like interpretations of, because this is one of the first books about fishing. But is it really about fishing? Or is it about setting people up to be the person that you want them to be? Because that's what shooting an angle is. The complete angler? Like, I'm really starting to figure out I come from a whole ass fucked up bloodline of people that cheat, lie, steal to get what they want. I'm like, oh, that's why my brother makes $240,000 a year. That's how. It's because he's a master manipulator and I was the simple fucking retard Asperger kid that just believed everything he said. My brother's a skull and bones. Do you know what a skull and bones is? You know what skull and bones is? That's the guys, that's the frat boys that are like do weird stuff in the woods. My brother but for years my brother and his fraternity would meet on a highly ritualistic weekend, which would be what was that? Super Bowl. The Super Bowl. Right? And they meet in Tahoe, they'd run in the woods. And they started, I remember one time, I was still in high school, I was like 15, 16. Mom and I went up on, it was like Memorial Weekend, and we saved his place for he and all his frat buddies. And then, as soon as we got there, he's like, thanks a lot, see you later. Like, he's just the epitome of a frickin', you know those wise guys? Those guys that think they're gangsters, but they never come at you. They always do shit behind your back. They don't steal when you're home. They wait till you leave, and then they take your shit. I live in Taos. Taos is full of people like that. Well, they did get my pot plants one time. Yeah, every time people steal it just means that means that I'm a target, and I gotta up my security. You know, so I let everybody know, okay, here I am. I live out loud, and thieves are secretive. And so, you know, they won't, I have cameras everywhere. I have cameras all over the place. That's all I do is record. I recorded a creep in the grocery store today. This guy was like, you know how you know what a machismo is? He don't make room for nobody else. He expects the world to make room for himself. And I mean that literal sense. Like, I'm bebopping along. I'm broad. I'm a broad. And this guy's like standing there with his legs stuck out, kicked back, leaning against his cart. He's taking up half the aisle. Right? I'm clumsy. I'm clumsy, and I ran over his foot. And then I kept going. And then he had to make some comment like, well, excuse you, or some stupid shit. And I'm like, dude, you keep your freaking appendages in the middle of the lane. You get run over. I'm not going to say I'm sorry because I'm not sorry. Why would I say I'm sorry because you think you're a big fucking man? Why? I'm alright. And he was talking to another guy who was taking up more of the lane. And there's this little space for whoever they felt like they were like the never-ending story with those two freaking It's just people that don't make room for everybody else. And it's usually large men. Sometimes it's small men. Sometimes it's large women. Sometimes it's small women. I don't really go by ethnicity. I mostly go by energy. Yeah. Because there's a lot of potential that comes out of really tiny things. You should have seen Mom back in her day. She'd get in these guys' faces and she just wouldn't relent. And then they'd freaking hit her. They'd beat her ass. And I'd be like, Mom, why don't you just shut up, Mom? Mom, why don't you just be quiet? And then you won't get hurt. And you know what she taught me? Don't take shit. That's what my mom taught me. Don't you take no shit. Don't you take any shit from anybody. And people have been trying to give me shit my whole life. They have. They want me to roll over and be the person that I should be in their mind instead of being who I actually am. And, well, I don't have any real life friends, if that tells you anything. But yeah, I was thinking about that. So now I get to write this. Now I get to read this book. Now I get to read. I don't like to read. I wish I had it on book. Studying this book. The pages within this book present an overwhelming amount of information, facts, and directions to memorize that are often outdated and at the least out of practice by modern standards. That doesn't mean that these pages have nothing to teach. It's just like going to likely be new stuff for many readers. One of our suggestions is don't try to memorize everything, especially when you're thumbing through the book or even reading it cover to cover. Writings from the late 1800s and early 1900s can be dense and out of style for someone not used to reading these types of books. Instead, gain some basic familiarity with each topic by thumbing through the pages, looking at the illustrations, and seeing the section headers. Then choose a few topics of skills for deeper study. Before camping or other outdoor trips can even begin, some planning and reflection of useful which may be done in the town before you go out of the field. First, it might be helpful to read through the book with plans in mind. The book could provide useful material for close study and reflection when in town before you head out to the field to practice. Secondly, once you've head out with the practice plan, you will, of course, want to start doing tasks and skills in the field. Double bit. Legacy books in the Library of American Outdoor Classic represents. You know what? My grandma and grandpa never once went camping. It's like, it just verifies what I believe to be true, that people want to say, we care about these things, and then we're going to do this to support these things that we care about. And then, like, the community throws money at them to do it, and then they don't really take care of the things that they're supposed to be taking care of. It's all money laundering. It's all white racketeering. So, are we ever getting to get to the book? Because I thought that was the book, and that's a note from the Doubletree press editors. Ed Binberg, TNA Constable, Printers in Her Majesty. Editor's Introduction. The Complete Angler, the 4th day, the 5th day. Where's the first day? Oh, here's the first day. Illustrators, the illustrator would like to acknowledge his indebtedness to the beautifully engraved portraits in Major's edition of 18... This book has been around since the 1600s. Not this book, but it's based on, yeah. Ma, Edith, the Waltons. Edith Walton, she's related to the dude that wrote this book. To write on Walton, indeed, to hold a candle to the sun. The editor has been content to give a summary of the chief, or rather the only known, events of the Waltons' long life, adding a notice of his character and displayed his biographies, and in the Complete Angler with comments on the ancient and modern practice of fishing, illustrated by pages of Walton's foregoers and contemporaries. Like all editors of Walton, he owes much of his predecessors. Sir John Hawkins Otis Major, and all of the above to the learned Sir Harris Nichols. The complete angler, his wife. The few events of the long life of Isaac Walton have been carefully investigated by Sir Harold Nicholas. All it can be extricated from documents by the alchemy of research has been selected, and I'm unaware of any important acquisitions since Harris accusations. No, that what is this word? Since Sir Harris Nichols' second edition in 1860, Isaac was of an old family in Staffordshire, yeomen, probably descendants of George Walton of Exhall, who died in 1571. Isaac's father was Jarvis Walton, who died in February 1595 or 96. Of Isaac's mother, nothing is known because they hate women. They hate women. Women are just holes that suns come out of to these freaking weirdos. They don't even love women. They love other men. Come on, people. Gay while away, get it together. So, Isaac, of an old family, okay, where we go. Isaac's mother, nothing is known. Isaac himself is born at Stafford. In August 9th, he's a Leo, figures. 1953, he was baptized on September 21. He died on September 15th, 1683, having lived in the reigns of Elizabeth, James I, Charles I, under the Commonwealth, and under Charles II. I'm half cracker. I'm half of a cracker. Full-blown cracker factory right here. It's me. The anxious and careful age throughout with he passes the contrast of his specific character and tranquil pursuits. See, they get to have tranquil pursuits because they stack the deck. Of Walton's education, nothing is known except on the evidence of his writing. See, that's how long nepotism and buddies getting their buddies' positions of power has been going on. You don't know nothing, but here's the crown jewels. Hide them for us, okay? Okay, that's what my ancestor did. What have your ancestors been up to? And then my brother's still a shyster because he's still a lawyer, so he didn't. I take care of mom. I'm a stay-at-home daughter. I am cleaning up the wreckage of my bloodline's past by taking care of the mother when they just shit on the woman their whole life. For lives. Long time. He may have read Latin, but most of the books he cites had English translations. He did learn his religion from his mother or his nurse. It will be seen that free speculation at his age left him untouched. Perhaps his piety was awakened from childhood under the instructions of a pious mother. He had been orphaned of both parents, as he has been suggested. I'm an orphan with parents in 2000. You know, when I was a kid, my parents didn't show up either. So do you see how the genetics travels through the bloodlines? Like people that did the same stuff back then, they're still doing it now. They're not breaking these cycles. They're not becoming better versions of themselves. They're just becoming more egoic and more self-centered and more into self and more me, chasing sensations, vacations in Miami and what do they call those? Push gifts? Stuff like that. Just silly. Now we're at the introduction. These old-timey books, man, I tell you, they just it's like a concert at a social distortion concert. There's 5 freaking opening bands, and by the time they hit the stage, I want to go home and go to bed. Introduction: less amenable to authority and less notable examples, the virtues which Anglicanism is so vainly opposed. That's my... to Puritanism. His literary beginnings are obscure. There exists a copy of work, The Loves of Amos and Laura, written by S.P., published in 1613, and again in 1619. The edition of 1619 is dedicated to Isaac Walton. Thou being, because it is as now it is. It's going to be a fun read. The dedication does not occur in the one imperfect known copy of 1613. Conceivably, the words is now, it is referred to the edition of 1619, which might have been amended by Walton's advice, but there is no emendations, hence it is more probable that Walton revised the poem from 1613 when he was a man of 20, and that he merely advised the author to publish. For hadst thou held thy tongue, thy silence might, these have been buried in oblivious night. This is why I'm a freaking funny talker, man. It's in my genetics, it's in my DNA. And then mom's native, so they're a lot of ho-humans and stuff like that. Hence Isaac was really already a rhymer and a harmless one under the royal credence, gentle King Jamie. By this time, Walton had probably settled in London. Indeed, Mom, this is my bloodline. This is Greg's family, Edith's family that I'm reading about. This is my family that they didn't want me to ever know, that they don't want me a part of this. They want me to scrub their toilets, but they don't want me to have no access to anything that might come with this. Let's see. Walton's held half of the shop on the north side of Fleet Street, 2 doors down of Chancery Lane, and the other occupant was Hosier. Mr. Nickel was discovered that Walton was made free of the Ironmongers Company on November 12th, 1618.
Wow.
November 12th? He is styled an ironmonger on his marriage license. The facts are given that Mr. Marston's Life of Walton, prefixed to his editions of The Complete Angler, 1888. It is odd that a prentice ironmonger should have been a poet and critic of poetry. I'm a poet. I write poetry. And I'm a mechanic too. See how you do, like, you get stuff from the ethers, but you gotta be able to do stuff in the tangibles. You get me? Yeah. Nothing, still crickets, talking to myself. Alright, I've done it for 10 years, 9 years. 9 years. In March of next year, it'll be 10 years. Ma, you know what I realized, as a matter of fact? What's today's date? Just right now, I was driving from Omaha, or we just got to Omaha, or to Salem, Oregon. I drove out with 4 dogs and a cat and a bird. And now we have the cat, and Luna is the last dog that we have. 10 years later, and we've lived in 3 states since then. And I've watched all these, like, other people on trying to, because they're given all this, like, they talk about how life is, and they're just sitting in the same space in their living room, and I'm, like, going around living life, and they're all talking about other people that live their life, but they don't ever talk about the life I live. Oh, heck no. I actually came across that picture of me bald. This is my house when I lived in Salem. That car got repoed. Like, this water, the water that's running is a city plan that they put in. My water got shut off for 2.5 years because I couldn't afford the water usage that the city was put on this place that I was renting. My water usage went up from like $32 a month, and then it went up to like $140. My brother and I were still on speaking terms, and I'm like, I said, how do I rectify this? Where do I go? Nobody ever helps me do it. And I try to figure out how to do stuff by myself, and I managed to do a lot of stuff in my life. I got this. So if you don't think the military isn't full of retards because you think I'm a retard, just know that you're probably right, because they give retards awards in the military. Because Central Casting, like, you see how bad they're treating, everyone's all sad for the people on the boats because their crappers are backing up and stuff like that. You know why people enlist? The number one reason why people enlist in the military. Do you think it's to protect the people of the nation? No, for decades it's always been to see the world. So all these people are off seeing the world while a lot of people are back here trying to hold things together here, but they're off hither, dither, and yon, vacationing basically, you know. And it's an evolution. Here, let's do this. This just came off a cup. Okay, here we go. This is off the cup. I just came up with this. Do a meme and make mention of the military base pay with hazardous duty and replace it with hazardous duty, DOOTIE, and show a picture of the toilets on the ships that are backing up. That might add extra flair. So let's see what that comes up with. I just say things into the abyss, and then the universe brings me back stuff. It's pretty funny. Want to see the ones that I made earlier? Here's one. Look at that guy. You know what it says? Military intelligence is an oxymoron. Because you get all the frat boys that get the good gigs. Frat boys don't know how to change tires. They don't know how to do stuff. They know how to freaking take advantage of drunk girls. That's what they know how to do, but they don't know how to do nothing useful. They know how to use like rocket systems to guard them while they're playing golf, you know. We did the same thing when I was at Offutt. We'd have parties, all the people from my shop, they'd have parties at their house on the weekend. They bring age equipment over, whole ass freaking Lidals and shit, so they can plug in their speakers and be extra loud and drink too much, bother the neighbors, you know, because that's what we do. Don't you know who we are? Don't you know we're the disruptors? Then this is another one that I came up with. Military intelligence is an oxymoron. What's an oxymoron, you ask? Oxymoron, it's a contradictory of terms. A phrase made of two terms that contradict each other. That's why I say military intelligence is an oxymoron, because you don't have intelligence in the military. I was in the military. People have said I was a retard since I was 12 years old, so why would they let little retarded girls in the military and then put them on Crete when we bombed Iraq? Why would they do that? Why? And they give them awards. Why would they do that? Why? Because I'm related to this guy. Shooting angles, getting the American public to believe things about the United States that just aren't true. Like, you're a free country. Notice how there's cameras everywhere? You know, and just like we suspected, the police use the agency to do nefarious things. And to freaking, you know, record their exes, you know? Like, I always wondered why police showed up and did things at the weirdest time. It's because they always know where I am. I don't go out much. They don't bother me much because I kind of put them on blast. I'm kind of the police for the police. I'm like QA at Taos County. I go on the back roads. I'm very avoidant. I'm in my avoidant era. Unless it's hot and I'm just trying to get there and back, you know. It's been hot. And so today I kind of meandered a little bit to go to the grocery store, get food because the market I go to, it's closed on Sundays, and I wanted to get something like good, hearty for me and Mom, you know. And so, because we pretty much split everything, like, which is good because I'm spending $15-20 per meal that I get from this store when I get it. Then I get, like, yeah, so but you don't need to eat as much when the quality of food is better. And mom's, we're eating less. We're spreading it out, and now she's actually becoming more regular because I'm more. Ooh, it's 444. I'm more cognizant of what she needs because it's always changing, and now it's changing. So, okay, what was the last one? Here I go. There we go. That's good enough. That's what it came up with. Hazardous duty pay. So, you just gotta make fun of stuff because you can't go out and be like, you know, blow stuff up. All these other people out there, they're blowing up their engines. They're just revving so fast. People are so geared up. And instead of putting all that energy into useful things, they're spinning out and breaking themselves. It's a sad state of affairs. It's a sad state of affairs. Don't have to be like this. It's like this because everybody's running around being crazy. Why don't they just chill out and learn how to be chill and calm down and stuff like that? You know? Don't we want peace on earth? It picked thunderstruck. Alright, I'm gonna go screw around in the void. That's about all I got for now. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you have a rad day. Don't let people shoot no